everyone. Thank you for joining us on this Facebook Live. I'm Kwon.
I'm Scott Engen. Dillon Vogt joining us as
go.
well.
Okay.
It's me.
Well, yeah. Before we get started with everything, let's tell you some ways that you can watch us and listen to this. You can do that by going to our InForum YouTube channel. You can find us on your favorite podcast platform and on inforum.com/podcast under the InForum Minute. Now on to Dylan's fun assignment this morning. He was live at Broadway Square in downtown Fargo.
I was.
Yes.
You had the fun assignment of the day.
I did. It was cold, actually. I did not wear boots. I wore just my shoes, and my feet were freezing the entire
That's
time.
your first mistake.
Yes, that was my own mistake. But I was like, it's like 20 degrees out. It's not
Yeah.
too bad this morning. And I was warm except for my feet, so I'm going to
Yeah.
be wearing, obviously, boots. I don't know.
Yeah.
Rookie mistake. I just forgot to bring
Yeah.
boots this morning.
All right,
Anyways,
it happens.
yes, I was at Broadway Square. And, of course, the tree lighting ceremony is later on today, 5:30.
That should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and there's going to be a whole bunch of things going on down there, so check that out. And also, Moorhead also has their ceremony today at 5.
Yeah.
So.
And it seems like the rink is kind of ready to go.
Yeah,
right?
they are hoping it'll be ready by tonight, by
Okay.
the tree lighting ceremony.
Right.
Of course, that depends. If we get a little bit warmer this
Yeah,
afternoon,
that's true.
then maybe the ice will
The
be a
sun
little
is
bit.
shining down.
Yeah,
Exactly,
That sun
but
is going to do a lot of
Their
that.
hope is to have it ready for tonight with the ceremony. So,
Woo!
Cool, that'll be
yeah,
fun.
it looks
Nice.
awesome
Sweet.
downtown. So,
Thanks,
Can
Dylan.
you ski on the ice? Are you good?
ski on the ice.
Skate
skate,
on the ice.
I don't know. I
Same
mean,
difference.
I can
Same
rollerblade. I
motion.
can roller skate. I have never skated before because
Oh,
I have
you can totally
huge
do it then.
feet.
You can
and
do it.
I haven't bought skates. Skates are expensive.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I used to
That's what
figure
you get,
skate when
but
I was
yeah,
younger.
usually.
Yeah.
So
So
I would.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Can you skate?
Uh huh.
Can you skate?
Oh, really good skater. I'm not
cannot
gonna lie.
fall.
You cannot fall.
So you
I
can't
can
skate.
I feel like I could go on First News one morning and skate and show all of you.
I would love to see that happen.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
But I would also
Maybe
love to
yourself.
like be in like some sort of a competition where it's like, you know, I'm up against you guys because I know that, you know, you guys, I would beat you
I
guys.
like to go fast from one side to the other and then just
crash.
stop myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
That's a neat method too. But all right, Dylan,
Anyways.
thank you very much for all of that information.
Yeah. Want to talk about weather?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about
Yeah,
the,
so I already mentioned it's going to be warm this afternoon. Temperatures in the low 30s, near freezing. As the farther you go down south, the better chance you have it actually hitting some mid 30s. But it's going to be sunny. You see the sunshine. Really a nice, not really like fall day. I'd say nice winter day, I guess.
Yeah.
A good day to wear, you know, a coat probably for the afternoon, but then going to the Christmas tree lighting ceremony later, probably hat and mittens,
Yeah,
just because
okay.
the sun goes down. But it's going to be a nice day.
Not
And
one
we're
of
only
those
going
like brutally cold days.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Nice
definitely
day.
not. Yeah, a nice day. And we're getting warmer as we go throughout the rest
Yeah.
of this week. So
Nice.
sounds good.
All right.
That's all I got.
Thanks,
Dylan,
Dylan.
thanks. Appreciate it, man.
All right. We're tracking some new developments this morning when it comes to that deadly weekend shooting right near NDSU where 2 men were killed. We're hearing from Fargo Police now that there is no immediate threat to the public. But let us preface that they're still not saying whether they have, you know, some sort of suspect in custody right now who is, you know, found connected to that shooting that killed, of course, Jaquan Gatewood and Kier Davies, which happened on Saturday morning. But we're also hearing that many online articles are saying right now that actually the 2 men were shooting at each other and shot each other. So now, is that confirmed? We can't really say. Police Chief David Zabilski is saying since this is an active investigation, we're not going to comment on this matter. So again, no actual confirmation, but that's just what we found this morning with a lot of online articles. So again, if you have any information on this case, you can always contact Fargo Police. Their number is 701-451-7660.
Meantime, Fargo Police and the FBI are both working together to go door to door in a different neighborhood here in Fargo, that being the Arbors Apartments neighborhood in South Fargo. They're trying to find ways that they can crack down on crime there and make it a safer place.
Yeah.
So people living in that area say that the Arbors Apartments were pretty peaceful until about 2 years ago. Now we did some digging, and we found that a lot of the people there say they've been hearing gunshots regularly. So we checked into how many calls they've actually gotten in that area over the last 2 years or so.
Right,
So
yeah.
we found in 2021 they had 120 calls that's being policed to that complex, and then in this last year that is about 100 calls. So
Crazy.
a lot of calls, 220 calls.
And
in
we
the
still
last,
have like 2
yeah.
2 months, maybe less than, you know.
And so we also talked a little bit more to the people living in that area about what they think about this initiative being done by the FBI and the local police. They say, the people living there, that it's making them feel a little bit more safe in their own homes, which is a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. We also know right now there are some developments on that Fufeng plant proposal in Grand Forks. We know this is a very important topic for all of you living there, so let's talk about it. We know that right now the Committee on Foreign Investment is looking into those potential security concerns that a lot of you have had just due to the fact that it could be built so close to the Air Force Base, right? So there was supposed to be a public input session earlier this month. That got canceled. We told you about that on First News just because of bad weather. And it was supposed to get rescheduled, and it was supposed to happen before this got sent off to the Foreign Investment Committee, but that never actually happened. So now the city administrator is saying we could actually get to the committee's preliminary findings on December 12th. So that's coming up pretty soon here. But of course, once that information is released out into the public, we will certainly let you know.
The Cass County Commission showed off its renderings for a new dispatch center, but that center is facing some criticism and some concerns. We showed the renderings this morning on First News. If you want to see them, go to InForum.com and check them out there. Yeah, so one of the county commissioners is saying that the expenses surrounding that dispatch center, some of them are needless expenditures. So that whole project would be about $13 million. And the thing that he kind of pointed to specifically was a secure parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
That parking lot would have professional services for survey, technology, and communications. This dispatch center would be taking over the current one because of safety concerns and overcrowding.
Also, North Dakota's First Lady Catherine Burgum is inviting all artists to contribute some handmade ornaments for the state's Capitol tree. So this year's ornament theme is Inspire Hope, and it's actually part of the, Catherine Burgum's mission to instill hope in people that recovery from addiction is possible. So each ornament should have the entrant's name, the email address, and a sentence or two about their ornament. So you will have to submit those by next Monday if you want those to be featured on the tree. And the lighting of that tree, by the way, we found out is going to be taking place on December 1st.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at some national headlines. Multiple sources have confirmed people at a Colorado nightclub, the one that 5 people were killed at, and about, I think, like 18 others or so were hurt. They say that they are kind of crediting a former Army veteran for saving a lot more lives that night. So this is a pretty interesting story. He's a retired Army major. His name is, I believe, Richard Fierro. Is that right? All right. So they've been talking about him all morning on the national news. We ran a story on him this morning on First News as well. He says that he saw the shooter heading towards the club's crowded patio and then pulled him to the ground, which caused the shooter to drop his AR-15. And he also says that 2 other people helped him kind of hold him down and take him to the ground. One of those people that helped him out pushed away the weapon, and Fierro says that's when he took the shooter's handgun off of him and pushed that to the side as well. Now, the sad part about his specific story and all of this is that his daughter's longtime boyfriend died that night. He was one of the victims, and 2 of his friends were also shot.
Yeah, so I think it goes to show like quick action can do so much, and obviously so heroic as well, but just a sad outcome, of course. Right now, at least 160 people are dead. I can't wrap my head around that death toll so far, and that's not even the end of it, right? And more than 700 other people are hurt after a massive earthquake hit Indonesia. So we're learning that a 5.6 magnitude earthquake hit the southwestern part of that country. And of course, you can imagine all of these buildings just starting to collapse from that. And authorities are saying that the majority of these deaths involve children, which is so hard to fathom. And the death toll, again, like I said, is going to rise even further. About 25 people are now missing. More than 7,000 people have been displaced. We know that the Indonesian president there is saying that the government is going to provide some compensation for owners of heavily damaged homes. So, thinking of everyone there.
Victims and survivors had a remembrance ceremony that was held in Wakausha, Wisconsin. You'll recall that deadly incident last year to this day of that guy who drove his car into the crowd, killing several people, hurting a lot more. So they had a remembrance ceremony for that whole event. It was yesterday. It happened at 4:39 in the afternoon. That was the exact moment that Darrell Brooks Jr. drove his SUV through that parade, killing 6 people and hurting dozens more. Then there was at that remembrance ceremony, there were speeches by the state's governor, the mayor, the city's police and fire chiefs, and then we just reported this a couple days ago or last month that Brooks was convicted on all 76 counts in that attack and has been given 6 consecutive life sentences. So hopefully kind of a full circle moment for that community and those families of the victims to kind of maybe put a little closure on it, even though obviously very hard to still go through that.
Yeah. Okay. On more of a different note of things, let's talk about Hot Mic with Dom Izzo, which is on from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra and InForum.com. We talked about this morning, and we know that this is a story that broke last night, but of course this is a really big talker right now in Fargo because just 2 days after the end of the regular season, 4 Bison players are now entering the transfer portal. They all came out with statements yesterday on Twitter. They took it to Twitter yesterday. Very interesting to see kind of everyone's responses to that. That would be including cornerback Marquise Siegel, wide receiver DJ Hart, running back Dom Ganella, and cornerback Britton Pasco. So that's probably something that Dom will talk about a little bit. I know that they did reach out to NDSU for comment, which they have not yet heard back. So kind of an interesting thing that obviously is going to be developing here within the next few days. Make sure you go join Dom on his show, Hot Mic, with from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra and on InForum.com.
All right, perfect. Before we let you go, we want to tell you about that great deal that we have going on.
Oh, yeah.
You can get an all-access pass to InForum.com for your first 3 months for just 99 cents a month.
Yeah.
So take advantage of that, people. It's a really good deal. Tons of good content on there. You can read all the articles of all the stories that we told you about this morning, plus a whole heck of a lot more.
Oh, yeah. All right, everybody. Don't forget, we got our 11 o'clock newscast here in just a few hours with Becky Parker and Dillon Vogt. Dillon's back today, obviously. And then our evening coverage starts at 4, goes to 5, 6, 9, and 10. And we will be back here tomorrow morning from 5 to 7. Hope you can join us. Everyone, have a great day.
See you later.
Bye.